it back inside later.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. McKinnon. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They run with Ajayi. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On the toss, it's McKinnon. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Penny, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he finds Penny. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's McKinnon. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Gets this one left side to Pettis. Flexing his muscle at the 30. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaunt and Charles Davis with you. This is Ajayi. Down to about the 22 here. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Toss play to McKinnon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Josh Doxson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Gould with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gould now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. And
he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here's Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 36. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Nazir Jones breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And he hits his man, Matthews. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Seahawks. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good. Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right. They keep it with Penny on first down. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hold, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Got to love what they're doing on offense right now. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9. On 2nd down, here's Penny. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. On 3rd down, Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. They give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains. Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against him. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Reuben Foster in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Leaves it for Penny. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 yards down to the 15 and a first down. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion. Yeah, just holding on to the ball. Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run forward with Petty, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny as the first half is winding down, and the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. Garoppolo being chased out left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. Mostert now to return. And they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Garoppolo now. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Garoppolo. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Again, it's Penny. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Penny will try to punch it in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. It's the fullback taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now Hauschka to tack on the extra point. Hauschka with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. Mostert now to return. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Garoppolo on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now they'll run it again with Penny, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come on, let's go.
Here's a give to Penny. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now Rashad Penny. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. 14. From the gun, it's Wilson. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Penny, a 1st down carry, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's go get another one. Let's go get another one. Come on.
And they'll go on the ground. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Rashad Penny, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
11.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. 21. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Ajayi. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jay Ajayi, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. Now Gold for the extra point. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Gold now out to kick it away. Sutton now to return. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? They've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack? Or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They run once more with McKinnon. He can't get him down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And, Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now it's Ajayi. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
There's some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. On play action, now Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Garoppolo, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now McKinnon. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with a J. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They get it to him running left. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Jay Ajayi, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Gold with the extra point, so it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Gold now out to kick it away. Sutton now to return. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. This one might be going the other way. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And just like that, it's third down. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 8. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. Going right, and that's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
This is where hustle and urgency come into play. I think you've got to get up there and spike it.
A couple of first downs, has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak. A
lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
And down to the 36-yard line here. That 2nd down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. Now they've got to signal that field goal unit, and they have to sprint out there in a hurry.
And this is always difficult on the snapper because his heart rate is way up there, and he's got to calm himself enough to make an accurate snap.
The pressure spot now for a guy who's been here before, and that's Stephen Hauschka. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they got themselves in position to at least entertain the thoughts of an overtime, but as it turns out, it was not meant to be, Charles.
And you feel bad for a kicker in this spot. He's going to have to shoulder a lot of the blame, but in reality, this will be a team loss. They didn't do enough collectively to get the job done.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the 49ers, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll head back home next.